On today's show, I teach you 5 unique tips and tricks from highly successful people. I also talk to you about a YouTube show that changed my life and why you should have a mentor. Hey guys, welcome to Coffee with the Coach. Today is Friday. We're at the end of September. We've already went through the month. I feel like just yesterday we were planning out how we were going to spend this September, but now we're at the end of it, and today is an awesome day. This show is called Coffee with the Coach. We go over all sorts of different stuff on Coffee with the Coach. We've done Q&As and all sorts of different things, but my main goal with this show is to get you guys prepared for the weekend, to make sure you guys are ready to rock and roll and you're using the weekend, you're not being used by it. Okay, my name is Brett Summers. For those of you who don't know me, I'm strength and conditioning coach, entrepreneur. I don't know, what else would you call me?
I don't even know. You're everything.
I try to be a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Junior.
What's that? Cardone Jr. Oh, see, I like that. So we'll get into that later in the show. But my main thing is to teach you guys things that I know about, or to teach you guys things that I'm learning about, or to teach you guys things that you shouldn't do to avoid what I've done in the past. So today's a cool show because we're talking about, again, how to prepare you guys for the weekend. And when you get ready for the weekend, I feel like everybody wants to be successful. I even took a poll this week on my Instagram account, got a ton of feedback asking people what areas of their lives they were struggling in. Was it their fitness? Was it their goals? Was it their faith? Was it their financial situations? And about an equal amount in all of those categories, which is crazy. Got people trying to get in on the show. I got to bring them in next time. But today I wanted to give you a quick like recap of 5 unique things that successful people do. They're unique because people do it and most people don't do it. So successful people do it. You may not do it. You may need to get to it. One of the first things that's unique that successful people do is they take out a piece of paper and they write down a plan and then they execute it. Why is that unique? Because most people are not willing to do it, okay? Just one of those things that they do. It's pretty simple, it's pretty archaic, but they do it consistently and it always helps them get better results, the results that other people strive for. The second unique thing that successful people do, as opposed to people who may not be at the successful point in their life, is they leverage their time. Successful people know how much time they have in a day. They've only got 24 hours. They know what they need to accomplish because they've written down their plan and they can go execute it. So they leverage their time better. They don't get distracted. Their mind's not pulling up on Instagram every 2 seconds. They're not checking their messages. They're not checking the emails. They're actually being productive. The third unique thing that successful people do that unsuccessful don't, they've got control. They've got control of their schedule. They've got control of their workout routines. They've got control of their diets. And most importantly, they've got control of their thinking. I think that's what a lot of people, as far as the feedback was this week on social media, is their thinking was the thing that was off. Their thinking was the thing that was slowing them down a little bit. And I want to make sure that you guys don't fall victim to that this week. You think that some people have a problem controlling their thoughts? Do you?
Sometimes.
Yeah? Blake hit the snooze button a couple of times this week. So what we did is we should chime this in. I made him an alarm clock for his iPhone, so I could call him out every morning so he can get up when that alarm goes off instead of hitting the snooze button 4 or 5 times. If any of you guys out there need a special custom snooze alarm, I'll give those out this week. What should we charge for that? $100? $100 for a custom snooze alarm made for you. We'll send you the voice memo you could upload to your phone. The fourth thing that successful people do is they use their weekends. The weekends are a chance to get ahead. They're not a chance to retreat. And that's what this show is all about. I don't want you guys to waste this weekend. It'd be so simple for you guys to just chill, just to kick back, just to call up your buddies, to go over to the restaurant, to hit the Mequon Public Market and go to, what's the sushi place in here? Screamin' Tuna?
I have no idea.
Screamin' Tuna and get some, holy moly. Everybody's trying to get in on this show today, even the bees, ladies and gentlemen, but you got to control your weekend. You got to use your weekend. You got to make sure that the weekend doesn't use you, that you don't get consumed by the football games, right? At least this week, the Packers don't play until Thursday, right? Monday. They play on Monday. So a lot of you guys who have the excuse you got to watch a Packers game, you won't have that this weekend. You'll be following one of those unique things that successful people do. Now here's the fifth thing. Successful people know how to fill their calendar. Today's Friday. It's Friday. We could be doing anything in the world, right? I only got one client. She's standing behind the camera right now. It would have been easy. I could hit that, and then for 23 hours, I could have retreated. Instead, we're going to be pumping out about a week's or a month's worth of content in the next couple of hours. And then from there, we're closing a real estate deal. And from there, we're going to be going into the shop, getting people hyped up, amped up. And I believe Blake will be hitting some football games, right? Taking advantage of the day, taking advantage of the time, filling the calendar. Blair mentioned this to me in the gym, one of our top line members. He mentioned in the gym, hey Brett, what do you do after you write your plan out? I know you want to fill the white space. How do you do that? You fill the white space by making sure you have things in there like reading, like meeting people, meet a mentor, ask them 10 questions, have coffee with them, sit down with them and say, hey, what are 5 things that would help me out? Maybe they'll give you these 5 things. Maybe they'll give you something different. Spend some time watching some YouTube videos, which will segue into very nicely right now. The YouTube show that changed my life was about 1.5 years ago. I stumbled across a video by a guy named Grant Cardone, my new uncle. I watched a YouTube video by this guy. He's a little edgy, he's got a little bravado, he's got a little confidence, and he should because he's been in the game for a long time. But what he is he's really hard. Now, I didn't have the father figure growing up, much like he didn't, because his passed away. And I watched some videos, I related to him quite a bit, and some of the things he was saying were hard to take, they were hard to swallow, but they were the truth. I watched a couple of YouTube videos, and Uncle GC changed my life by literally being hard on me and saying, here's what you need to do, here's what you got to get going and doing every single day to be successful, which led me to a book that I think everybody out there should read. The 10X Rule. Blake, you read it. Britt, you read it.
Yep.
What's the one big takeaway from the 10X Rule that you guys had?
I think it was your thinking.
Your thinking?
Yeah.
Thinking what?
Thinking bigger.
Their big takeaway from reading that book, because I have everybody read this book. Anybody out there should be reading this book. And to be honest, maybe you should only read that book for about 6 months to a year and read it over and over and over again so that it can sink deep into your head, drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak. But they said that one of the big things they took away from it is how you have to think. You have to think big. You can't think small. You can't just think little. We talked about that on the last show last week, or one of the shows. I don't even know which one at this point. But we talked about not playing the game small and thinking big from the beginning. I think it's super important. And it's crazy because I didn't meet the guy in person. But going on YouTube, spending a minute and not just watching like nonsense sports stuff, workout stuff, but watching something that I thought could feed my mind. He was actually talking about the top line. That's what grabbed my attention. The top line in any business on your accounting, on one of your accounting sheets, your profit loss statement, the top line is your sales. So I literally see this whiteboard and it says top line on it with this dude standing there. I had to click on it, obviously. That's the name of our brand for those of you who don't know, Top Line. And so I click on it, I watch it, and sometimes it's about seeking out information, getting around people who can get you that information, buying their stuff, supporting them in their endeavors as they've supported you by putting out valuable content. So I think that's really important for you guys if you want to be successful. And now that segues me into the next thing. Do you have a mentor? Do you have anybody in your life who's breathing new life into you, who's encouraging you, who is leading you down the right path, who knows what your goals are and is trying to advise you on how to do that stuff? I think it's so important to have a mentor, especially for the younger generation. Have one or two people that you can really trust, who you know have been where you want to go, and they're going even further, and they can help you get to where you need to go. And I think it's super important, whether you're a young man or a young woman, make sure you have a few mentors in your life who can build you up. Michelle's a great example of that for a lot of young women right now in the hair and beauty industry, because she's taking action. She's not waiting for anyone else to fill her plate with food. She's going out and making sure she can eat because of what she kills. And I think that's super important. So it's Friday, guys. I always say this at the end, it's Friday. How are you going to use your Friday this week? Are you guys going to sleep in? Are you going to hit the snooze button? Are you going to skip your workouts? Are you going to go hit the bars? Are you going to drink? Are you going to fart around? Are you going to waste time? Are you going to spend time in distraction? Are you going to get after it? Are you going to read? Are you going to study? Are you going to have coffee with your mentor? Are you going to shoot a podcast that you've been dying to shoot? Are you going to come into Top Line and meet with me and Britt and Blake and the rest of the team and all of our awesome members and get a workout and training session in? Are you going to ball out on Friday night if you're an athlete? You guys have all sorts of options when it comes to the weekend. How are you guys going to use it to get better? That could be your 1-minute video right there. Bang.
It is.
Bang, hitting it. But guys, I just wanted to meet with you again. Every Friday I want to meet with you guys just for a minute to talk about a few things. Let me recap those 5 things that highly successful people do. Now, I said unique to get your attention, but really at the end of the day, it's really not unique. I just got you guys to click for the clickbait. Really at the end of the day, it's all simple stuff. And you guys just have to execute it. All you got to do is make a plan, control your time, control your environments, control your mindset, use your weekends, read, study, and fill your freaking calendar up so that you guys are always busy. I think the biggest opportunity for everyone to get in trouble is when they don't have something going. Wouldn't you agree? That was Blake's thing. Why were you snoozing? Let's get that. Let's say we were meeting that morning. Yeah, if we were meeting at 6 a.m., you would have had to be rolling. Yeah. So he didn't have something on the schedule, which meant that he had some idle time, and idle time can kill you. Make sure you fill up your schedule with high priority, high value tasks that can get you to where you want to be. For me back in the day, that was reading a lot. For me, to be honest, a lot of times I would just go read. Go read. And I couldn't barely read. I didn't even know how to read until I was out of college. It's not a good thing for you guys who are in school to take that one, but I didn't read in college other than bodybuilding magazines. But reading always got me to the next level. I think it will for you guys too, but don't read too many conflicting opinions. Find a few people, dig deep into them, go meet with them and get better like I did with the Uncle GC. We'll see you guys soon. Enjoy your Friday. We'll catch you guys next time.